Are you down with the cracker?
What's up, guys? Spenny. President Trump is celebrating his cultural conquest of Cracker Barrel this morning. Something I never thought I'd be able to say on this channel, but man, it just sounds so nice. Rings in the ears. President Trump is also using memes to dance on the grave of wokeness. The wokeness that is a virus that can infect even some of the most beloved Southern down-home country cooking brands in the country. Totally undone by an unnecessary redesign of a beloved logo. The old timer sitting there on the barrel, the cracker and the barrel, Cracker Barrel decided that it needed to, become political activists? I mean, you serve biscuits and gravy and pancakes. Why does everything need to be used as a tool for political activism? But this was Cracker Barrel. This rebrand was an insult to everybody in middle America who, of course, have seen their way of life under attack for decades now and has seen the total and complete erosion of what it means to be an American. And Cracker Barrel was, I guess, just the last crack in the culture wars. And with severity, we pushed back. Cracker Barrel dismissed us originally as a vocal minority. Then they released this mewling, griping PR mealy mouth statement saying we could have done a better job, but our logo is going to stay. Then Jelly Roll decided to attack Cracker Barrel. So you have Jelly Roll attacking Cracker Barrel, which is a great update. And then President Trump decided to weigh in. This is, of course, the most powerful cultural force on earth. President Trump saying Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response, the ultimate poll, and manage the company better than ever before. They got $1 billion worth of free publicity if they can play their cards right. Very tricky to do, but a great opportunity. Hold a news conference today. Cracker Barrel will be a big winner. And then what happened? As soon as President Trump posted that, about 8 hours afterwards, Cracker Barrel cracked and caved and restored their old logo, saying effectively, we are not going to be changing anything. We are going back, and maybe going back on a number of things. Robbie Starbuck here saying it would be a shame if their IG, Facebook, and TikTok comments were filled with demands to stop funding all-age pride shows and end DEI and pronoun training in their corporate office. That's exactly right. These are the memes, of course, that are cruising across the internet. Cracker Barrel logo design thrown in the trash by President Trump, who deserves this victory. Now, this is something that, of course, many people predicted. For instance, a spectacular retail restaurateur investor said that the rebrand of Cracker Barrel would blow up in everyone's faces, that it was totally unnecessary. He turned out to be right. There were obvious warnings from the top, but the woke CEO pressed onward. Now that they've reverted back, check out the stock price of Cracker Barrel today. Cracker Barrel is up 5% on the day. It's been a lot of good news for Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel stock rebounds. Here we go. On logo redesign. There you go. Look at here. Cracker Barrel scraps new logo after outrage from customers and Trump. Cracker Barrel drops new logo design after Trump. Stock market making biggest moves in pre-market. When was the last time Cracker Barrel was one of the biggest moves in the pre-market? So everything is responding well, and President Trump is taking his victory lap, and something very unique, an admission from the White House in just a moment. Congratulations on Cracker Barrel, says Donald Trump, on changing your logo back to what it was. All of your fans very much appreciate it. Good luck into the future. Make lots of money, and most importantly, make your customers happy again. Here we go. And then Donald Trump, America first. His own version with an oil barrel. America is back. There you go. Old country store. There you go. Here's Taylor Bundewich, who's the deputy chief of staff and cabinet secretary for Donald Trump. It's a very, very important position in the administration. Taylor says, I appreciate the call earlier this evening with Cracker Barrel. They thanked President Trump for weighing in on the issue of their iconic original logo. They wanted the president to know that they heard him, along with their customers' response to the ultimate poll. That would be restoring the old timer. So smart. Congratulations, Cracker Barrel and America. This is Taylor quote tweeting this post from Cracker Barrel, which is the first post on Cracker Barrel's X account, as far as I can tell. There you go. Yeah, that's it. There's only one post, and Cracker Barrel has updated. They've updated their. So this is interesting. So this is their X header, and then they should just make this the face of Uncle Herschel. Here we go. We want to thank our guests for sharing your voices and your love of Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our logo is not going away. Our new logo is going away, correction, and the old timer will remain. At Cracker Barrel, it's always been and always will be about serving up delicious food, warm welcomes, and the kind of hospitality that feels like family. Proud American institution, 70,000 hardworking employees, welcoming you back to their table soon. So this is what the White House quoted. This is what Taylor Bonowitz quoted here, saying that Cracker Barrel called Donald Trump to thank him for forcing them to revert back to their original logo. An unbelievable update. So this is wild. So Cracker Barrel, it doesn't say who, but there was a call with Cracker Barrel. They thanked President Trump for weighing in on the issue. They wanted the president to know that they heard him. Amazing. So now Donald Trump, with just a simple phone call, can absolutely win the culture wars and destroy wokeness inside of these organizations. Cracker Barrel scraps new logo, keeps old timer after listening to customers. That's right. Look at this. The entire internet is celebrating, with a couple of key exceptions. I want to go over the exceptions, because it's not worth just like letting us lose the momentum right now. You have to change the rest of the culture at Cracker Barrel. You have to undo the garbage interior redesign that turned it into some type of effeminate, like home shopping network, Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, they destroyed the vibe of Cracker Barrel. Eliminate frozen microwave food. Stop trying to trans the kids and force woke nonsense on everybody at the company. Cracker Barrel, as we found out yesterday, still has their DEI pages up on their website. We need those to be stripped down. Cracker Barrel moved them in a very sneaky move to a different URL, but you can still find their funding of underage pride, drag shows, and of enormous amounts of DEI activity on their website. A bunch of special little groups, special little interest groups. They're being sued for this by America First Legal. Cracker Barrel should get rid of that lawsuit by promising to end hiring discrimination. And that's what actual welcoming everybody back to your table looks like. If they believe this as proud American institution, 70,000 hardworking employees, we look forward to welcoming you to our table soon. What that looks like is stop being racist against straight white people. All right. And then that's how you truly win. Okay. Well, an exciting timeline. Happy to be here to cover it from our little Cracker Barrel setup here. Our fireside chats. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, subscribe. See ya.